Hi guys, welcome back. So some pretty big news international rugby wise. We've got 5 World Cups confirmed. In 2025, in England, we have the Women's World Cup. In 27, it's Australia for the men's. 29, it's Australia for the women's. Then to the USA in 31 for the men's, and 33, it's USA for the women. So these countries can now start planning properly for those big events. Now, it's not a huge surprise because Australia was World Rugby's preferred candidate and USA was the only bidder for that World Cup. So, it's not a surprise, but it's nice to have it confirmed. We can now have a little plan. So I'm just going to have a chat about potentially what it's going to be like in these World Cups and also have a bit of fun and predict maybe where the World Cups will go from here, where they may be held, what would make sense. You guys have a go as well because it's all a bit of fun. Now, these World Cups coming right now for Australia is fantastic timing. They've been struggling financially during the pandemic for sure, and even the idea of them going back to amateur status was floated, so this should really put them back on a sound financial basis. And these World Cups, it's said, can make up to about $60 million. Plus, you've got the Lions, of course, kicking around near that time as well. The Australian domestic team seem to have picked up a little bit in form, which again is a good thing. Dave Rennie's Australian international squad have been together for a while now. It looks like they're on the up a bit. I think they're going to be very competitive playing England in that summer series. They could definitely take that series for sure. So things are looking up in Australia. 2025 is when the British and Irish Lions are touring, so that's another decent chunk of change. Should sort them out. Now, as far as a World Cup in Australia goes, it's going to be a good one, especially with the fans. It's going to be a huge hit. Australian public are huge sporting fans, even if they're not rugby fans. They're going to get involved. The stadiums are going to be packed. The atmospheres are going to be great. Plus, it's a fantastic destination for travelling fans. So people are going to combine the rugby with actually a holiday as well. They've got good stadia. They've got good infrastructure. Maybe a slightly bigger country like France might make a little bit more profit overall, but it's still going to be a pretty good, fairly guaranteed moneymaker and great event. Then on to the USA. This one's a big one. This is a new place for the World Cup to go. Now, first of all, the USA men, they're 18th, the USA women are 7th, and neither are really going to feature in the winning of the World Cup, or probably not even into the knockout stages, to be honest. But is that a reason not to do it? I don't think so. You could say, let's wait a little longer and see how much stronger they get, but I don't know if it's ever really going to happen like that, and maybe this shot in the arm is something they'd need to move on anyway, so I don't think that's really an argument against having it there. North America, we know, is a huge no-brainer when it comes to expanding the rugby market, making money, new fans. They went to Japan. That proved to be a massive success. Now, I don't think the USA might be as big a success as Japan was, with the buzz around the grounds, with the amount of money it makes. I don't know, but I definitely think it's worth going. Now, there definitely are some legitimate questions about a World Cup in the USA, which now we'll see what will happen. Will they be able to fill their larger stadia? Because they've got some massive stadia there in the USA. Or will they think maybe we can't pack them out and we'll go for smaller stadia and go for a sellout, and maybe the crowd will have slightly less hardcore rugby fans in there, and the atmosphere might not be quite as high. We will see. And again, if their national team does crash out of the World Cup a little bit early, is that going to affect the enthusiasm of the nation? So I think these are valid questions, but I don't think they're enough to say, let's not go there. And World Rugby indeed has said it's absolutely worth trying. So let me know what you think. So what's going to be interesting is what World Rugby does next after the USA, because the USA is a bit of a punt. We'll see how it goes. I think they'll probably go back to a tried and tested host in 2035, and surely the time of South Africa will have come round again. They won't have hosted for 40 years since that famous 1995 tournament, which they won. And then after that, they might try another standard host as well, because I think the USA might be a bit of a punt for them. So they might go for New Zealand, who could be the next cab off the rank, before then maybe going back to a new place, a little bit more of a risky host, potentially Argentina. When you think of a side that has given so much to the world game, sure, I don't think it would make as much money as anywhere else, but I think if you back it up with two sure things and then go to Argentina, I could see that working. Ireland's another nation that I'd love to see the Rugby World Cup. Definitely, they've got the atmosphere, they've got the fans there. Is it going to make enough money? That's something that World Rugby might be worried about. You think Ireland might go in for a joint bid with a nation like Scotland potentially, but I think they're still bad blood because they didn't get supported when they went for their last bid. So maybe there might be a joint bid with England, dare I say, Ireland and England. Who knows? But even before those two, I've got a sneaky suspicion the World Cup might go to Italy as the next trial, if you like, after the USA. I think they've got a slightly better chance. Their bid could be quite strong. They've got great stadia, which they could fill out. They've got a lot of rugby fans there as well. The infrastructure is amazing. And also, it's a great tourist destination. I think it would gross higher profits than either Argentina or Ireland. So as a pure guess, I think maybe after the USA, we might go 2035 to South Africa, in 39 to New Zealand. And wouldn't it be great if they had group games in the Pacific Islands as well, just as an idea? Then maybe they'd go to Italy as a new host. Then maybe even Argentina. And then maybe England and Ireland, something like that. One thing I'm pretty sure of is that South Africa will get it in 2035 if they go for it. And also I think they'd be quite keen to go for Italy if they make a strong bid. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of the World Cup happening in Australia, then in the USA. Are you planning to go to either of those? Do you think they're going to be a success? And do you think it should go to South Africa next? And then after that, what are your likely destinations? Anyway, guys, I will catch you next time.